guys, welcome back to the video. I'm back here with a winter book haul. These are all the books that I want to read, or I'm interested in reading at least, for the winter or beyond, or anytime, like just anytime. I want to read these books so bad. I just really do. So all of these are from the library, and some of these are actually for free, and from the free section that they got for donations from other people in, from the library. Just people that donate books, and I think that section was in the free section, the books. But also I got other books that are actually really good, that are almost new, that look new, that are, I think, the whole bundle was like $4. That's literally it, just $4, and that was such a steal. But I want to go over the ones that I got for free first, because that was just a whole bookshelf that was books for free that was there, available, that I was interested in. I got them. So the first one was this one that is called Foundation by Isaac Asimov. Asimov, I think it's how you say his name. But I think this one, I've heard it before, in Goodreads, I believe, and I think also in YouTube, mostly in Goodreads. But I've heard of this book, and it's a sci-fi, it's a science fiction. I almost never read science fiction, but I want to give this one a try because I've heard it's really good. It actually, I think, also like an old type of sci-fi, like an old sci-fi book. So I am actually really interested in reading this, because it is also a good quality book, good condition. So yeah, this is the first one. The second one that I have that is actually from a author that I really want to read his books. It's Ray Bradbury. This book is called The Martian Chronicles. This, I believe, it's a series, but I'm not sure if this is the first book of a series. I don't know, but this is called, I think, The Martian Chronicles, and this is also a sci-fi that's from Ray Bradbury. But this is an author that I've been wanting to read for a long time. He wrote Fahrenheit 451, and I've been wanting to read that one forever, for a very long time. And this is one of the books that, one of his sci-fi books that he wrote. I don't know anything about this book, but I want to try it. And I also want to read Fahrenheit 451. I really want to read that one really bad. I think this is I think that's maybe a classic dystopian that I think it is. But I want to read it also really, really bad. But these are all I think these are both sci-fi that I might be interested in. I almost never read sci-fi because I feel like it's not for me. I'm more into like memoirs or historical fictions or stuff like that. But like, I'm interested in reading these because I think I've heard great things, especially about the first one. I don't know anything about this one, but I heard I like good reviews on Goodreads, so I'm interested in these two. The third book that I got for free is actually The Last of the Mohicans by James Fenimore Cooper, and I think I've also heard of this in Goodreads. It's about Native Americans, I think. That's all I know. That's literally all I know is Native Americans in Oz. That's Oz. That's literally all I know. So this is really interesting. So that I heard from Goodreads. The next one that I got that was completely free, and it's almost 1,000 pages. It's like 930 pages around there. Actually, 950 pages. Almost 1,000 pages. But this one I got because I've heard great things about the other books that are from the same series that I've heard of. And this is the first of the series, The Pillars of the Earth, and it's by Ken Follett. But I'm actually interested in this one because this is also a historical fiction. I'm really interested in historical fictions. It depends how they write it, but I am interested in historical fiction. I lean towards more of that category of books. So I'm interested in this one. So the next three books that I got are mostly Christian fiction, Christian nonfiction that I got for free. This one is When Joy Came to Stay by Karen Kingsbury. So this one, I have no idea what it's about, but it's a Christian fiction. And that's all I know, literally all I know. But I know that the author writes a lot of Christian fiction. That's literally all I know, is that she writes Christian fiction, and I saw this one, I was like, I want to give it a try just to see how is it. The second one that I got that is a Christian fiction, I believe, is The Tender Years by Jeanette Oak. I don't know about anything about the author. I don't know anything about this book at all either. But I saw this cover and I was like, okay, this seems like an interesting enough book to read. I want to kind of want to read it. So I kind of was just interested in the book, in the cover, and I was like, okay, let's just try it out. It's free, whatever. Let's just try it out. Like, why not? But that was the only thing I know. Again, is that it's Christian fiction. That's all I know. But that's all. This one, again, don't know anything about the book. Don't know anything about the author. I realized that it's actually Christian fiction, or Christian, actually, I think it's a Christian nonfiction. But I don't know anything about the author or the book, but I kind of skimmed over the pages, and I saw that it has, like, Bible verses, and also it has poetry in this. It's, like, mostly poems. So it's called And the Greatest of These Is Love, Poems and Promises by Helen Steiner Rice. Again, I don't know anything about this, but that it's a Christian nonfiction, I believe, that has Bible verses and it has poems. That's literally, I don't know. But I'm interested in this one because it has Bible verses. That's all I'm really interested about, is because it has Bible verses and it's poetry. And yeah, that's all. Okay, so the next book I got that was free is an author that I've heard about a lot on Goodreads and on booktube. I've heard about a lot that his books are amazing and they're mostly sci-fi, but I never heard of this book. I never heard of it. I just got it because of the author. I've heard good things about the author. And the one that I got was Mother Night by Kurt Vonnegut. I don't know how you pronounce his last name, but this book, I believe, according to Goodreads, is a mix of science fiction and historical fiction based off of World War II. So that would be an interesting mix. I don't know anything about this book, just that it's written by this author, and that's all. But I'm actually interested to see how he kind of mixes in both genres about historical fiction, World War II, and then sci-fi. I'm interested in that because he mostly writes sci-fi. So I'm interested in that, how it turns out, how he writes it. So I'm really interested in this one. So yes. So the last one that I got for free is actually an arc that I personally have never gotten arcs before, but I saw that it was an arc because of the black stripe that you have on the spine and on top of the book on the cover, and I think it goes even to the back of the book too. So this one is called, I think it came out April 4th of this year. So it came out this year. I'm actually really interesting to read this because I'm like, wow, I never heard of this before. But it's called Big Tree. It's I believe a middle grade fantasy graphic novel, and there's a lot of illustration here too, like a lot of illustrations, and I never heard of this book before. I'm like, okay, this sounds really interesting. It seems like an interesting graphic novel, and I'm like, I never heard about this. I literally have never heard about this, but I feel like I realized that it was an arc because of the back thing, and it has a date of the release. I was like, what? I never heard about this before. And it's a free book that I'm like, okay, just get it. Because, it seems interesting enough, you know? So I was like, wow, interesting. And it came out this year. I'm like, whoa, let's just get it. But yeah, I never heard about it, but I'm actually really interested in it. Because it's middle grade. I'm always interested in middle grade. But yes, that's literally the only reason why. And the cover is actually really good too. Okay, so for the next books, the pile of books that I got, I'm super excited for them. For this next bundle of books, because they were only $4 and they all look almost new. If not, they look brand new, literally, and they look amazing. They look brand new, and I only got it for $4. This whole pile, and it's huge. There's only one that I got from Books A Million that I got from the mall, and I was like, that's it, and I was like $4 for just one book, and that's a classic. So I'll just show you right now. The first one I got from the library that was just from this whole bundle that I seemed really interested in, and it's actually at my TBR. It's Winter Girls by Lori Halls Anderson. I said that I was going to read the book called Thank You, Sarah, the Woman That Saved Thanksgiving, I believe that's what I said I was going to read this month. This is also the same author, is Winter Girls. I think she also wrote Fever. I think something like that. I forgot the title, the whole title of it. But I think she also wrote other books. I don't remember on the top of my head. But she wrote this book. I'm actually really interested in this one because it's, I think, a contemporary book about mental health, and I'm actually really interested in this one. I want to read it so bad. So this was the first one I saw, and I was like, wow, I want to read this one. It's been already in my TBR pile and a TBR list in Goodreads, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get it because like it's here. It's like I might as well just get it. But that's the first one. Second one from the same author is actually Speak. And this is, I believe, a shorter book, but it's the same author. I've been wanting to really binge read her books. I've never read her books, but I'm like, actually really interested in her books. The next one is actually a Christmas book, I believe, but it's called The Last Holiday Concert by Andrew Clements. I think he is the same author that wrote Fringle. I think that's what it's called. The book, like a children's book. I think I might. Yeah, or Frindle. I'm sorry, Frindle. That's the book that he wrote. That's a middle grade book. And this one's a Christmas book. It's The Last Holiday Concert by the same author, Andrew Clements. I never heard of this book, but I'm like, might as well just get it. It seems interesting enough. And yeah, I'm interested in reading this one. So the next book that I got is, I believe this is based off of the Bronte sisters' life, I think. And I think this is also in Victorian times. I could be wrong. But it's called A World of Ink and Shadow by Lena. I think Lena or Lena. Lena Coakley. And I never heard of it. I don't know if I've heard of this. Maybe in Goodreads. I'm not too sure. But I think this is based off of the Bronte sisters' life. And besides that, I don't know anything about it. It's just, I think it's got historical fiction, but I'm definitely interested in this one. I've never read of any of the Bronte sisters' novels or poems. Like, I want to really bad, but like, I haven't, like, zero of them, but I really do. So I feel like I probably should read those books before I read this book. Am I wrong? I don't know. But like, I'm actually interested in this one, and I want to read it too. So yeah, the next book that I got is actually the third book in a trilogy. And I remember I did the other book called, previous book called before this, and I said that I got Catching Fire and I got Mockingjay. So I was like, yay. So I need only one book, which is The Hunger Games. This is the first book. So I was like, okay, this is actually great, because actually there was a Catching Fire book over in the library, but I was like, I already have that one. And I was like, oh, this is Mockingjay. I was like, might as well get it. So I got this one. I got Catching Fire in the previous haul. And I was like, wow, this is perfect. Now I need Hunger Games, that's all. And I have the whole trilogy. So I can read the whole trilogy, and that's awesome. That's just great. So that was right in front of me. I was like, I'm gonna get it right now. And that's the same thing with this next book. This book, I literally watched the movie of it, like, since I was a kid. And it was like a tradition for me and my family, mostly me, to watch it every year, if not every other year, to watch it on Christmas. And like, that was just a tradition that I made myself, and also my family, like mostly me. I want to watch it every year. And like, I'm watching it almost every year, and I didn't know this was a book. I had no idea this was a book. And it's literally like, the condition is really good. It's actually like, it looks almost brand new. But it's called Skipping Christmas by John Grisham. And there was also two other additions to other books that are like more like red and a different cover, and there were two the same. So this one looks a lot more like, I guess, prettier, if you want to say that. A lot more good looking at the cover. I wanted to read it so bad. I was like, I didn't know this was a book, honestly. Like, I saw the movie like every year since I was like a child, and now I'm like, what? There's a book of it? I didn't know. So I was like, now I want to read it like really bad. So that's another one that I was like, oh my gosh, I want to read it really bad. But yes, hopefully I'll read it this Christmas, because I really want to read that one. Okay, So the next one I got is actually from a bookstore that I got, and I was actually at the mall with like my cousins, and I was interested in like just buying a book. Just I was like, I haven't been in a bookstore in a very long time. I've been buying books online. I've been getting books from the library. I'm like, just get one for the bookstore. Like it's like fine, okay, you'll be fine. You're not gonna go bankrupt or like whatever. Like it's fine. So I really don't have a Barnes& and Noble near me. It's like 15 minutes away, 20 minutes away. The one that's really close by is like 10 minutes away. It's like in the mall. It's Books A Million. And I think it's like in the mall, so somewhere in the mall. And I got this book. I actually used to work there actually. So it was like interesting to see the place like change. Like after like years of like me not working there, like I was actually really interested in like going back there. And I was like actually interested in the manga and like the graphic novels and like the classics. And I almost bought Animal Farm or 1984, one of those. But I was like, no, I'm gonna get this one. So this one I got is Moby Dick by Herman Melville. Moby Dick, it's a classic, and it cost me like $6. It was like really just cheap. It was like really good price. So brand new. It's about 500 pages. I thought it was gonna be like 1,000 pages. It's actually not. It's a little over 500 pages. It's actually not that bad. But I like the cover too. Like this is such a good cover. I love the cover. But I want to also go back to get more books because I want to just get more classics and like, oof, I love it. So yes, the next book that I got, I have no idea what this is about. The only thing I know according to Goodreads is that it's a mystery novel, and I have heard of the author, but I just don't know about the book. It's called Just the Nicest Couple by Mary Kubica. But I saw this and was like, this is such a good looking cover and such a good looking book. Like this is like a good quality book. It looks almost brand new. And it looks like a nice cover too. Like I never heard of like this book. I heard of the author maybe in like Goodreads, but I never heard of the book. And I was like, this is such a nice cover and such a good book, good looking book. It's in good condition, and it's not like wrinkled or anything or like, you know, looking old or anything. Like it looks actually brand new. So I was like actually interested in it. I was like, I'm gonna get it. But next one I got is called Atonement by Ian McEwan. I think it's how you say his last name. I think I was already in my TBR in Goodreads, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna get it because it's right here. I might as well just get it, and it's like, it seems interesting enough. So it's like 300 pages. It's not that bad. So I don't think I've heard of this book or the author before. So I was interested in it. I was like, okay, might as well. Okay, so next book that I got is actually in middle grade, a Christmas book, middle grade, and it's from the same author as I believe A Bridge to Terabithia. I don't know if I don't remember reading that book when I was a child, but this is a Christmas book from her. It's called A Midnight Clear, and it's actually, I think it's really short. Like it's almost like 100 pages. It's actually not bad. It's really short. But I've never read it. I never heard of it, but I wanted just to read it because, you know, holidays are here, so I wanted to read it. Okay, so there's two more books. They're actually really good quality. The condition is really good, and I've been wanting to read this for a long time. So the next book is called Beautiful World, Where Are You by Sally Rooney. I've been wanting to read this for a while, like a long time. And I believe it's also contemporary too. So I'm actually really interested in it too. And the last one I got here is actually a brick. It's huge and it's really good quality too. It's really good, like a good condition. It's almost brand new. It looks brand new. So it's called A Bridge of Clay by Marcus Zuzak. I've heard of his book, The Book Thief. I've never heard of it. I want to read it, but I haven't heard of it. I haven't read it, sorry. And this one is called Bridge of Clay. It is a massive book. It's huge. Like I can literally injure someone with this. Like literally, like just make someone unconscious with this. Like it's insane. This is about 530 pages. It's huge, especially because it's a hardcover. It makes it bigger. It makes it like look so massive. Like it's just insane. So these are all the books that I got, and these were like the good ones that I got for a whole bundle for $4, and it was a struggle for me to get those books from the library to my house, because I had a backpack, but it was like, it had a lot of, it had a big like compartment in it. Like, I put the books in it, but it was like heavy, so it was like hard to like get it home. But that's the I feel like this is a good side of like getting books or buying books, is that it's cheap from the library. You can recycle it. You can literally donate books in the library. You can just give it to someone that might like it, and it's like the best system ever. Like, some of these are good. Like, some of these have really good quality books, like almost brand new, and like you can just recycle these books. It's like you don't have to like, you know, it's like amazing. So like, I love the library just because I think this is one of the reasons why I love the library, because you get good books for cheap, and like you don't have to like buy just one book for $4. But so yeah, you can get like a whole massive bundle for like $4. Even this one's like free. So like, it's insane. It's so many books. I said I wasn't gonna get any books until next year, but like, whatever, I don't care. It's fine. I know I also have a very small bookshelf, but I don't, that's what I'm thinking, like, where am I gonna put this? Like, put all these books, because like there's a lot. But I'm actually really excited to read all these books in the future, because these are Christian fiction, Christian nonfiction, science fiction, fantasy, contemporary, Christmas stuff. I want to read them all, but I don't have enough time in the world to freaking just read them all. And so I'm really interested in just reading these and just devouring all these. And I'm interested in reading, and I'm interested in seeing if I'll like it or not, because I'm starting to realize that I'm actually liking more middle grade, because it's more like coming of age. I don't really like contemporary new like young adult, like that type of like contemporary young adult, or even just young adult. I feel like I don't like it as much. I feel like I like more like middle grade or memoirs, like stuff that is more like coming of age, you know? It's like, I like those more. I'm starting to realize that I like those type of books more, that I tend to give it 4 stars or 5 stars, because that's my cup of tea. That's my type of, well, type of genre in books. So if you got any recommendations for me to buy those types of books, any books that you have recommend for me, and recommendations for me for coming of age stories, or just middle grade, or like anything, it doesn't have to be middle grade, just memoirs or like anything like that, please let me know down below. I would love to know all of your comments. I would love to read all your comments on what you think, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. I know it's a big haul, but that's all for today, guys. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Subscribe if you guys are new, and click the notification bell for any new video that I put out, including book hauls, any new books that come out, anything like that. Please subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.